The debate this fall: who can turn around America's economy?
The nation's airwaves are swamped with negative political commercials.
Barack Obama wasted $800 billion on a failed stimulus.
And the general election campaign is just beginning.
Mitt Romney's worth $200 million. But under Paul Ryan's budget, he'd pay only 1% in taxes.
And many of the ads are being paid for by groups few are familiar with.
Priorities USA Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Rights are for people, not for corporations.
And some Americans are angry enough to protest at the Supreme Court. They are unhappy with a 2010 decision that allows corporations, unions, and the wealthy to spend unlimited amounts of money during elections.
I feel like corporate money is invading our politics and taking voices away from the common people.
According to the Center for Responsive Politics, which tracks election spending, independent groups in 2004 spent about $69 million on advertising. That jumped to $156 million in 2008. This year, nearly $300 million has been spent, and that number is expected to grow much larger between now and the November election.
Our long-term concern is that that's a recipe for corruption.
Meredith Buel is with the advocacy group Common Cause.
A lot of this money is we don't know who's spending it. Certainly the American public deserves to know who is spending all this money to influence elected officials.
Analysts say voters may already be getting frustrated with being bombarded by commercials, and there could be a backlash when they head to the polls. Senior analyst Michael Frank of the Heritage Foundation.
You can have all the money in the world and all the resources at your disposal, but if your primary target audience, i.e. your voters, are getting upset and angered by the outreach, it doesn't do you any good.
Hi, how are you?
The number of undecided voters in the presidential election is small, but that is not expected to stop the flow of independent money.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing?
Polls show the race is very close, ensuring a frenzy of spending between now and Election Day. Meredith Buel, VOA News, Washington.
To my left? Why don't you guys do it all at once? Together. Yeah.